English Leap Podcast.
Learn easy English with Speak English Like a Pro. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and real feelings at the same time. I'm Mia, and I'm here with Jason.
Hey, everyone.
Jason, you've been unusually quiet today.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot this week.
About life?
Unfortunately, yes.
Those thoughts usually arrive at the most inconvenient times.
Seriously, you're just trying to buy groceries and suddenly your brain is asking deep questions.
Exactly. 1 minute you're choosing bread, the next minute you're questioning your entire existence.
And honestly, one of those questions stayed with me all week.
Really? What is the question?
Do you know anyone who achieved everything they said they wanted? The career, the money, the recognition, the status, and still felt empty inside?
Yes, actually, yes.
Most people do. And that experience of arriving at the destination you worked so hard to reach and feeling nothing, or worse, feeling hollow, that experience is one of the most disorienting things a person can go through.
Because you did everything right. You followed the plan, you hit the target, and the reward was supposed to be joy, satisfaction, the feeling that it was all worth it.
And instead, there's just quiet. And the uncomfortable question, is this it?
And today, we want to talk about why that happens, and more importantly, what success actually is. Not what we are told it is, what it actually feels like when it is real.
Because we think most people are chasing a version of success that was never going to make them happy. Not because they're doing it wrong, but because they were handed the wrong definition.
And today, we are giving you a better one.
In honest, simple, real English that you can use in conversations about your own life, your own ambitions, and your own version of what a good life looks like.
This is a B1 level episode. Warm, direct, and thought-provoking. We will explain the important vocabulary as we go, and at the end we will have our word tour with 10 powerful expressions from today.
Before we begin, one request. If this podcast makes you think, grow, and feel good about your English all at the same time, please like this episode and subscribe to the English Leap podcast. Every single subscriber matters to us deeply.
And in the comments today, we want you to answer one question in English. What does success mean to you right now? Not what it meant 5 years ago. Right now. Today. Write it. We read every single one.
Okay, let us start with the story we are all given about success, because understanding the story helps you decide whether it is yours or someone else's.
The standard story goes something like this. Work hard, get good grades, get a good job, earn more money, buy a bigger house, get a more impressive title, gain other people's respect and admiration.
And the implicit promise inside that story is that when you achieve those things, you will feel successful. You will feel that you made it.
Implicit means not directly stated, but understood. The promise was never spoken out loud. It was just assumed, baked into the culture, absorbed before you were old enough to question it.
And for some people, that story works. They pursue those things, they achieve them, and they feel genuinely satisfied.
But for many people, something goes wrong somewhere in the middle of the story. They're achieving the things, but the feeling they were promised is not arriving.
Or it arrives briefly, a flash of satisfaction that disappears within weeks. And then the bar moves. Now you need more, a bigger number, a better title, more recognition.
The moving goalpost.
The goalpost that is always just far enough away that you can never quite reach it. And you spend your whole life running towards something that is designed to stay ahead of you.
And exhausted people who have been running toward a moving goalpost for 20 years sometimes look up and realize they've been running in a direction they never actually chose.
They chose the goalpost because someone else put it there, because it was what success was supposed to look like from the outside.
Not from the inside, from the outside. And there's an enormous difference.
So the first question we want to ask today, the first genuinely important question, is this. Whose definition of success are you running toward?
Did you choose it? Did you think about it carefully and decide this is what a good life looks like for me specifically, given who I am and what I value?
Or did you absorb it from your family, your culture, your school, social media, the comparison with people around you?
Because absorbed goals and chosen goals feel completely different from the inside.
An absorbed goal is one where achieving it produces relief. You didn't fail. Other people approve. The anxiety quiets for a moment.
A chosen goal is one where working toward it produces energy. Even when it's hard, even when progress is slow, there is something sustaining about the direction because the direction is genuinely yours.
Relief versus energy. That distinction is one of the most useful tools for understanding whether you're chasing your success or someone else's.
Okay, let's talk about what success actually looks like when it is real, when it is chosen, when it produces something lasting rather than just a brief flash of relief.
And I want to start with something that surprised me when I first really thought about it.
What is that?
Real success is almost always quiet.
Quiet, not the version from social media.
Definitely not the version from social media, because social media shows the performance of success, the moment, the trophy, the announcement, the impressive photograph.
And real success usually looks nothing like that. Real success feels like waking up and genuinely wanting to do the day ahead, like doing work that challenges you and knowing that the challenge is building something real.
Like having relationships where you are truly known and truly valued, not for what you achieve, but for who you are.
Like going to sleep at night with the sense that today was not wasted, that something moved, something grew, something was contributed to the world or to the people you love.
And none of those things photograph well.
None of them at all.
Nobody posts, woke up wanting to do my day, genuinely enjoyed my work, had a meaningful conversation with someone I love, went to sleep with quiet satisfaction.
But that's actually what successful days feel like, from the inside, for people who have built something real.
And here's what's interesting. Most people already have some of these things in their life right now, but they discount them because they don't look like what success is supposed to look like from the outside.
They have work they find meaningful, but it doesn't pay enough yet, so they call themselves unsuccessful.
They have deep friendships, but they are not famous, so they feel like they haven't achieved enough.
They're growing every year, but they compare themselves to people further ahead and feel behind.
And the irony is that the very things that constitute real success are already present, but the wrong definition is making them invisible.
So, one of the most practical things anyone can do for their happiness and motivation is to audit their definition of success.
Audit means to carefully examine and evaluate something, like an accountant auditing a company's finances. You go through the books carefully and see what's actually there.
Audit your definition. Where did it come from? Does it still fit who you are? Does pursuing it produce energy or just relief from anxiety?
And if it doesn't fit, change it. You are allowed to change it. Nobody will arrest you for deciding that your version of success looks different from the standard version.
No success police.
No success police. Okay, let us talk about something that I think is the single biggest obstacle between most people and genuine success.
What is it?
The comparison trap.
Oh, the trap.
The beautiful, completely merciless trap that modern life has made almost impossible to avoid.
Because we have more access than any generation in history to information about what other people are achieving, their careers, their lifestyles, their milestones, their seemingly perfect progress.
And the human brain is wired for comparison. It's ancient software. In a small tribe, it was useful to know where you stood relative to others. That information helped you survive.
But in a world where you can compare yourself to 8 billion people simultaneously, that ancient software produces constant low-grade misery.
Because there's always someone further ahead, someone younger who achieved more, someone with less starting point that built more, someone whose timeline makes yours look slow.
And comparison doesn't motivate, not sustainably. It produces a brief spike of determination, followed by a longer feeling of inadequacy.
Inadequacy means not being good enough, not measuring up, falling short of the standard. And chronic feelings of inadequacy don't build successful people. They exhaust them.
So, the antidote to the comparison trap is what we talked about in a previous episode: competing only with yourself, measuring your progress against your own previous position, not against other people's current one.
Where were you 1 year ago? What could you not do then that you can do now? What did you not know then that you know now?
That comparison is honest. That comparison is fair. That comparison will almost always show you that you are further along than you feel.
And it produces something comparison with others never can: genuine gratitude for your own progress, your own specific, real, hard-won progress.
Your own story, not someone else's highlight reel.
Okay, let us talk about the relationship between success and failure, because I think this is where most people's understanding of success breaks down completely.
Yes, because the standard story treats failure as the opposite of success. You either succeed or you fail. Two separate outcomes, one good, one bad.
And that framing makes people terrified of attempting things, because an attempt might fail, and failure is the bad outcome, the shameful one.
So better not to try too publicly. Better to hedge your bets. Better to keep your goals quiet so that if you fail, nobody sees.
And that fear of visible failure is one of the most effective dream killers that exists.
But here is what every genuinely successful person already knows. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success.
It is one of the components, one of the ingredients, not a deviation from the path, but part of the path itself.
Every skill was once a failure before it was a skill. Every confident ability was once a humbling stumble.
And the people who appear most successful from the outside are almost always the people who failed most frequently and most visibly without stopping.
They failed publicly. They learned publicly. They adjusted and tried again publicly.
And the cumulative effect of all those failures, absorbed and learned from and used as fuel, is what eventually produces the success that looks, from the outside, like it came easily.
It never came easily. It came repeatedly.
The most accurate description of success: it came repeatedly. Not easily, repeatedly.
And this applies so directly to your English learning. Every mispronounced word, every grammatical error, every conversation where you wished you had said something differently.
Those are not failures. Those are the mechanism, the actual process by which English becomes yours.
Every single learner who speaks English confidently today was embarrassed in English at some point, probably many points.
They just kept going anyway, and the keeping going is the whole skill.
Okay. One more thing I want to say about success, and it connects directly to every English learner listening right now.
What is that?
Speaking English confidently is success. Real, genuine, meaningful success.
Say more, please, because I think people underestimate this.
When you take a thought that lives in your native language and you reach across the gap and find a way to express it in English, you are doing something extraordinary.
You're building a bridge between two worlds, between your inner life and a wider world that English opens the doors to.
And every time you sit down and study, every time you press play on this podcast, every time you take a breath and speak, even when you're not sure the words will come out right,
you are choosing growth over comfort. And that choice, repeated, is the definition of success in any area of life.
So don't wait until you're fluent to feel successful. You are successful right now, in this moment, because you're moving, you're building, you're choosing the harder, better thing.
And that's the whole definition.
Word tour time. 10 expressions from today. Simple, powerful, and permanently yours.
Listen, repeat out loud. Let these become part of how you think and speak in English.
First expression, hollow.
Hollow means empty inside, something that looks solid or significant from the outside, but has nothing of real substance within. A hollow success is one that looks impressive, but produces no genuine satisfaction.
For example, he had achieved everything on his list and felt completely hollow. The problem was not that he had failed, the problem was that the list had never been truly his to begin with.
Or a hollow apology contains the right words, but none of the genuine feeling. It looks like an apology from the outside and feels like nothing from the inside. Repeat hollow.
Hollow.
Slowly, hollow.
Next expression, implicit.
Implicit means not directly stated but understood or assumed, something communicated without being said out loud. An implicit message is embedded in the situation rather than spoken clearly.
For example, the implicit promise in the standard success story is that achieving visible milestones will produce happiness. Nobody says this directly, it's simply assumed. And many people discover too late that the promise was never guaranteed.
Or there was an implicit understanding between them. No words were exchanged, but both people knew what was expected. Repeat implicit. Implicit.
Take your time. Implicit.
Next expression, disorienting.
Disorienting means causing confusion about where you are or what is real. When something is disorienting, it removes your sense of direction or understanding. You don't know which way to go or what to think.
For example, arriving at a long-pursued goal and feeling nothing was deeply disorienting. She had used that goal as her North Star for years. When she reached it and felt empty, she had no idea which direction to face next.
Or moving to a new country can be disorienting at first. Everything familiar is gone. The new environment has not yet become home. You exist in the strange, uncomfortable space between two worlds. Repeat, disorienting.
Disorienting.
Slowly. Disorienting.
Next expression, sustaining.
Means providing strength, energy, and support over a long period of time, something that keeps you going. A sustaining goal is one that gives you energy to pursue it rather than just anxiety about failing to reach it.
For example, the work was sustaining. Even on difficult days, it gave her more than it took. That quality of being nourished by the work rather than drained by the effort was how she knew she was moving in the right direction.
Or a sustaining relationship is one that leaves you feeling more capable and more yourself, not one that depletes you. Repeat, sustaining.
Sustaining.
Take your time. Sustaining.
Next expression, audit.
To audit means to carefully and systematically examine something to understand its true state. An audit reveals what is actually there rather than what you assumed was there.
For example, she audited her goals for the first time at 35 and was surprised to discover that most of them had been absorbed from external expectations rather than chosen from her own genuine values.
Or it's worth auditing your daily habits occasionally, not to judge yourself, but to understand honestly where your time and energy are actually going versus where you think they are going. Repeat, audit.
Audit.
Slowly, audit.
Next expression, chronic.
Chronic means persisting for a long time or constantly recurring. Something chronic does not go away. It continues as a background condition rather than a temporary situation.
For example, chronic comparison with others produces chronic low-grade feelings of inadequacy. Not a single devastating blow, but a continuous, quiet drain on confidence and motivation.
Or chronic stress that is never addressed doesn't just affect mood. Over time, it affects physical health, decision-making ability, and the quality of relationships. Repeat, chronic.
Chronic.
Take your time. Chronic.
Next expression, inadequacy.
Inadequacy means the feeling or state of not being good enough, not measuring up to a required or expected standard. Feelings of inadequacy are common, but they're almost never an accurate reflection of actual ability.
For example, the comparison trap produces feelings of inadequacy that have nothing to do with your real capabilities. You're measuring yourself against other people's highlight reels while judging yourself by your behind-the-scenes reality.
Or one of the most useful things you can do when you feel inadequacy rising is to ask whether the standard you're measuring yourself against is actually yours or whether you simply absorbed it without examining it. Repeat, inadequacy.
Inadequacy.
Slowly, inadequacy.
Next expression, antidote?
An antidote is something that counteracts the harmful effects of something else, originally a medical term for a substance that neutralizes poison. In everyday use, it means the solution or remedy for a problem.
For example, the antidote to the comparison trap is not to stop caring about progress, it's to redirect the comparison inward, your own progress against your own previous position, rather than against other people's current one.
Or, genuine connection with others is a powerful antidote to loneliness. Not the number of people you know, but the depth of being truly known by even one or two people. Repeat, antidote.
Antidote.
Take your time. Antidote.
Next expression, cumulative.
Cumulative means increasing or building up through successive additions. Each addition is small, but together they produce a significantly larger total.
Cumulative progress is the kind that is invisible day to day, but dramatic over months and years.
For example, the cumulative effect of daily English practice is not visible in the first week or the second, but at the end of a year, the difference is remarkable. Every small session added to every previous one until something substantial had been quietly built. Or, the cumulative impact of small daily kindnesses in a relationship is enormous. No single gesture seems significant. Together, they create the entire texture of what it feels like to be loved by that person. Repeat. Cumulative.
Cumulative.
Slowly. Cumulative.
And our last expression today, deviate.
To deviate means to move away from an established course, plan, or standard. When something deviates, it goes off the expected path. A deviation is a departure from what was normal or intended.
For example, failure is not a deviation from the path to success. It is part of the path. Every successful person's story contains multiple failures. The difference is they treated each one as information and continued rather than as a verdict and stopped.
Or, it is okay to deviate from the plan you made at 22. You know more now. You have experienced more. A plan that does not evolve as you evolve is not serving you. Repeat. Deviate. Deviate. Take your time. Deviate. That was our word tour for today. 10 expressions for the conversation about success that actually matters, not the surface version, the real one. And now our final thought, the one we want to sit with you all week. Success is not a destination, it is a direction. And the direction is chosen, not absorbed, not inherited, not performed for other people's approval. It is the direction that produces energy when you face it, that makes ordinary days feel meaningful, that lets you go to sleep with quiet satisfaction rather than restless anxiety about what you have not yet achieved. And that direction is different for every person, which is why comparing your direction to someone else's is always going to produce confusion.
You are not on their path. You are on yours.
And your path, with its specific failures and specific small wins and specific moments of unexpected joy, is the only path that was ever going to lead you somewhere real.
So, audit the definition, choose your direction, compete only with yesterday's version of you, and treat every failure as fuel.
Including every imperfect English sentence, every mispronounced word, every conversation that did not go as smoothly as you hoped.
Fuel, every single one, for the fluent, confident English speaker you are building yourself into.
One episode at a time, one brave sentence at a time, one day at a time.
And you are already further along than you think.
So much further.
We promise.
If today's episode made you think differently about success and gave you English to express those thoughts, please like it, subscribe to the English Leap podcast, and share it with one person who is running hard toward a goalpost they never chose. Because they deserve a better definition, and so do you. This is Mia.
And this is Jason.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Go choose your direction today. Not someone else's. Yours. It's the only one that was ever going to work anyway. Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.